After the wedding photos of one beautiful woman in Uganda went viral, everyone was laughing at her. She married a guy named Godfrey Baguma, who most people considered ugly. Sadly, they also told the girl that she would never be happy with him. Years later, something happened and no one could ever believe it. Now we know everyone loves babies because they are adorable. And when they are born, their parents would never want to let them out of their sight. This was the same for Godfrey. He was born a sweet boy. His mother loved him so much. But when Godfrey turned 10, his cheek started to swell. It was an ordinary swelling at first, and everyone hoped this lump would disappear. Sadly, it was a tumor, and it continued to grow. Godfrey became disfigured and unrecognizable. What was even weirder, his own mother's love started to fall off. That is so sad. A poor woman couldn't understand what happened to her son. Just like what most communities do, she thought it was better if she could hide him, never letting him out in the open again. She eventually abandoned him, leaving him with his grandmother. The young sweet boy became so miserable. He was hidden and denied most things that a child might expect to get. He wasn't allowed into public places like churches or playgrounds. What was even sadder, other parents wouldn't let him play with their children. Godfrey knew he was different, that is, from the way other kids looked at him. They would often point fingers at him and laugh. Such a cruel world. When he looked at himself in the mirror, he began to lock himself indoors. He hated to hear discouraging words from other kids. Some other kids would say he wasn't a human being. Godfrey's success story began when he turned 15. He started to make shoes and he was loving it. He knew he had to do something for his life. In his own words, he said it is bad enough he looks ugly. Now he doesn't want to live his life begging for the mercy of other people. So he took the shoemaking job seriously, and soon enough, he started to earn some money. He was too good at crafting shoes. He earned a lot, to the point he married his first wife. The wedding was so beautiful, they had 2 beautiful children. But the wedding came to a halt after he realized his wife was having an affair with other men. It could be she was in it for his shoemaking money, or she let people's words get to her. People would often tell her that Godfrey didn't deserve her. She was too beautiful for him. Their marriage was the beauty and the beast in real life, they said. When he found out she was cheating, he was so sad and heartbroken. He couldn't look at her. He believes everyone has the right to love and be loved regardless of their looks. People expected his marriage to fail, and they were no surprises at all. Like, why would he marry a woman like that, looking the way he looks? He played himself. Godfrey continued with his life, and one day when he was in his shop, 2 men bulged in and invited him to an event. Something that caught Godfrey by surprise. Like, why would anyone want to invite him as a guest to any event? Maybe an event for ugly people. Turned out it was really an event for ugly people. It was the contest for the world's ugliest man. Godfrey has been hiding from people for so long. He has been hiding his looks and generally be negative about it. But now, deep in his heart, he knew maybe it is his time to turn that shame into glory and actually benefit from it. The men took pictures of him, and he entered the contest. He eventually won this contest and became the world's ugliest man, or Sababi, which literally means the ugliest man. What is good about this guy is he actually embraced his looks, something that made him the happiest man and actually brings him a sizable income. Now everyone wants to see him. Different companies and events invite him and give him deals and loyalty. He is big now in Uganda. He still receives negative comments from people though. But the love and positive comments he receives from different people in the world are enough to keep him going. As now a local star, Godfrey utilizes his fame to earn even more. He began his music career and made some very successful music videos that have gained millions of views here on YouTube. His videos like Abigala Sababi, released back in 2014, have gained over 13 million views. But the question remains to most people, would he still find true love? Where is his first wife? Despite what most people thought, Godfrey decided to get married again. Hadn't this guy learned from his first failed marriage? People asked. She will just take his money and be on her way like they all do. No woman will ever really love him. He married a beautiful woman named Kate Namada, and the wedding was beautiful as usual. A lot of people attended, but most of them predicted it will all be over within a year. To most people's surprise, the wedding still flourishes to this day. They now have 6 children. Kate was heard in one of her many interviews saying that Godfrey may be ugly on the outside, but he is beautiful on the inside with a good heart. She also added that she wishes people would see him the way she sees him. He doesn't even know why or how he became deformed. He just knew maybe it was all God's design. He also used to think that this could probably pass on to his children, and that worried him a lot. Sometimes he wishes they would all stop growing, so the day never came when they woke up to be disfigured as he did, so he would check their faces every day for any swellings or lumps. After a series of tests and radiological studies, Godfrey was finally diagnosed with a rare disease called fibrodysplasia, a disease of bones in which scar-like tissue develops in place of normal bone. But the disease is not inheritable, meaning his children are safe. Godfrey was so relieved by this news. It was the happiest day of his life. Surprisingly, the doctors also told him that the disease is practically uncurable, but the poor man was just happy for his children. The lesson to learn here is no matter what situation you are in, your success is entirely up and waiting for you. Also, no matter how ugly you might feel, your inner beauty is what matters because there is someone there for you.